Hey guys, this is Justin, and this is another rendition of This Is What We Did Last Night. So I'm sitting in front of a list behind me on the wall, and hopefully you guys you can make out what was written. We got Ashley. Ashley helped last night, and so she's got great handwriting, so much better than mine. For those that have sat in with me trying to write something on a whiteboard or something, it's not pretty. I have horrible handwriting, and I can't spell either, so I don't know. Anyway, so last night we met. I had talked with my youth leaders and my student leaders. Let me be clear, my student leaders about some of the things that we were moving in a different direction, a little bit more of a practical application of what we can do in student ministry versus just coming to hang out in fellowship time. Now, obviously, that's still really important. We're still getting to know each other as a group. It's not even been a full year that I've been here yet, but some of the bonds have been been forming. I think it's been really great. But at the same time, we're still getting to know each other. But I think we have hit some kind of level, right? That we do have like a level of trust that's been established, and I think the students know what to expect from me and me from them. So last night we started moving in that direction. I think with a little bit more emphasis. So anyway, so we come here last night. We stay in the gym for a shorter amount of time than what we usually do. So we cut out some of our, I would say, our free time, playtime kind of stuff. But we played a couple games in the gym, and then we made our way upstairs for snacks. And I will say, it's good to see that these students. I think the first couple weeks I was providing just like some random like sugary snacks, but a lot of the students here like water and fruit. So I think as parents, you should be proud of that. That your children, your young adults are good with fruit and fruit and water. That's a good alternative choice to like Oreos or something. So anyway, so we had that last night, and then we moved in here, and we discussed an issue that I think a lot of young people feel like and that can be from like our middle school to high school age. It's the idea that even it's see how should I phrase it? It's the idea that they can walk into a room and feel as if no one sees them. It's the idea that they can say something in a classroom and no one acknowledges them saying anything. So it's this underlying fear that one, what does what I say really matter? Do people actually hear and see me when I say something? And then if they do hear me, do they see me like as a problem? All right. So this came from some conversations that I'd had while attending seminary, and so that's what started this whole conversation. So the conversation I had learned about at school was kind of directed at race, but I think this is definitely a conversation we could have with those considered to be in like the millennial generation or the younger generation, that they just don't feel like they're heard sometimes. So anyway, some of the words behind me described that situation when a student feels like they're not heard. So some of those words were. It makes them angry. It makes them depressed. It makes them feel like they're worthless or confused. It makes them feel jealous, melancholy, unloved, insignificant, ignored. So these are things that the students of our church feel when they feel that people don't listen to them or don't hear them. So I thought that was so eye-opening. So we did an exercise with that, and then we went around the room and we shared different stories. So I asked five uh, very broad questions. So one of the questions dealt with knowing this about ourselves. How do we answer the questions of like, who am I? What am I doing here? What kind of gifts do I have? Not like not talent, but gifts. What gift do I have that I can give away? So we asked those type of questions, and each student shared one question, and then within their groups, the other people that were listening to them share responded back to them. And sometimes it was in the phrase of a question that the student that spoke didn't have to necessarily answer. And then sometimes it was more of an encouragement. So that was a great activity. We kind of ended with how do we make changes like this? How do we start seeing people and make sure we're not adding to the problem of not noticing people? And so we use the example that we can change. We had tape measures. We had our like paper. I shouldn't say I stole them from IKEA. I took a few extra from IKEA. These paper measuring tapes. And so we say, you know what, for this kind of thing, we change what we can change. And that initially is the first 3 feet around us. So it was a great lesson, good response. I heard some really good things that, we told we were going to keep safe in this room, that we weren't going to talk about outside to like peers or anything. So it was a great time. So anyway, that's what we did last night. And I look forward to doing it again.